First of all, I don't trust him. It just gives me these vibes of, you know. All right, folks, I'm Vito D'Amico.
I'm Sam Shoebottom.
And you're watching The Fun Factory. So this week, we're going to do everything from bloopers to retro TV shows to movies.
And actually, this episode, we let Dave pick the TV show and movie. So
right.
Kind of curious to see.
So what do you want, Dave? Tell everybody what you want.
Surprise us. Let's watch some videos though first.
Say something.
No.
Dave. Okay, you're a jerk. All right, so this here is they're like floopers.
They're bloopers, actually, and this week we decided to focus on news bloopers because sometimes when the camera's in front of you, you get a little tongue-tied and not sure what exactly you want to say. Right, Vito?
Mama.
Exactly.
Hey, trying to check the microphone.
Oh, fun way to mic check.
Hey.
Are stocking up the 3 F's. That's food,
I get the same jacket.
food, and fluid.
An all-female sailing exhibition.
You're fired. You're fired.
An all-female crew.
It's softball and baseball season.
Matt,
Before you buy
I
a
think
new
it's a
map,
bat. I think she
Yeah.
meant bat.
Look. Oh, Anderson.
Retired, Army Lieutenant General Lieutenant. Oh, I'm scared.
Look at him.
Well,
he never
I know.
screws up.
Are we having Hurtling joining us?
So we'll talk about when these winds will finally let up. That's coming up in your full eyewitness report.
I love it when they don't think they did anything wrong.
Saturday, January, or March 3rd, actually. Jerica Phillips here, and here's a look from her high five camera. I'm Nick Gunter.
I'm Nick Gunter. I'm Sam Shoebottom.
Anyone who makes good gravy, like your grandma, they have to use the stuff from the fried chicken
Okay.
Oh yeah. KFC is gonna love
So if
you.
you don't have chicken in the first place, you can't make your good gravy.
I don't know that they're making the gravy in the restaurant.
Now reporting live in Beverly Hills, Bill Malucci.
Lady Trojans.
She just walked behind her.
Yeah.
Hey, Melissa. So she's working on her personal style of music, but
With closure. Intrigued?
It was a flash.
that I'm intrigued to know who just walked across the camera.
Where are you going? Oh, it was a thunderstorm. It's thunder. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of Boston.
Moving pretty quick, man. You training for the marathon? I like it. Good moves.
Yeah, new album, and I'm going on tour in September, so a lot going on.
Well, look at the back.
What's the guy doing back there? Oh, that was creepy. Look, she's like, I don't even speak your language. What are you saying?
Spider.
What is it with the spiders?
Now with these bloopers, the thing is, most of them they're alive, right?
Race car drivers are the best. And folks, the one and only Dave, take it away. What is it? The Muppet Show.
That is a great Kermit impersonation. That's really good. Very good. Yes, we're here to talk about the Muppets, the Muppet Show that, not unless they started it all, they were on Sesame Street before, and then a show called Sam and Friends, which was in the UK, in Britain. But yeah, the Muppet Show, which ran from 1976 to 81. But then that launched, that they had, the Muppet Movie, The Great Muppet Caper, and Muppets Take Manhattan.
Christmas.
Yep, they had, and then in the 90s, it took over that they did Muppets Tonight. That was a TV show. And then they did Christmas Carol, they did Treasure Island, and Muppets from Space.
Oh yeah.
So the original Muppet Show was that they were in a theater. They did a variety show. They were doing a variety show in the theater, and it was always a big show backstage, and they would do songs.
That's what I loved about the show. It was the whole. If you ever do theater, and Sam does tons of theater. What's funnier is behind what's going on backstage with the actors just, going, hey, what are you doing? What do you think of this? And blah, blah. And that's what it was kind of, I think Jim Henson thought, why not show the backstage? And it was always, Kermit was the boss, and he would, would have Fozzie, and there were so many characters.
Miss Piggy, Scooter.
Who did Miss Piggy love?
She loved Kermit. Yeah. So as you mentioned, Jim Henson, who was the creator of the Muppets, and he'd been on shows before and all that. But yeah, and then they'd always have a guest star. And from our last episode, there was some of the members of the cast of Star Wars were one of the episodes. But they had some of the greats of Joel Grey, who's more theater. But it's pretty much the first season. They weren't too sure about it ago, but by the second season, celebrities were clamoring and wanting to be on the show.
They had Alice Cooper on that show.
Alice Cooper came on.
You know, and they had so many big names.
Carol Burnett.
Yes, they had Zero Mostel, who I loved. They had so many, and they would always try to... I remember they would come. Remember they would always. They'd be in the dressing room. They'd be bothered by a guest.
Yep.
They would knock on the door. Mr. Such and such, Mr. Cooper, and you know, and.
And the one thing that when the celebrities were brought on the show, the one thing that Jim Henson liked is they want to give them an opportunity of something that they don't normally do. So there's an actor that would go on and they'd sing a song, and they're not necessarily known for singing. That they would sing a song, and it would be fantastic, and they would always be in Muppets involved, and they always had different segments like Pigs in Space.
So the Muppets have had quite the journey, but it was a beautiful show, and I remember sitting around, Mom and Dad and the whole family would sit around. Dad would make popcorn, half of it was burnt, but you know, no one cared. We just sat around and we'd watch the Muppet Show.
Yeah, it's a show that totally the whole family can sit down and will get different senses of humor.
Yeah, totally.
So please, check out any kind of version. Go with the TV show, The Muppet Show. Try it. Just try it if you haven't seen it, because you might have seen the movies. But just even because, as you said, the opening number is worth it.
Yeah, it really is. All right, folks, this week's movie is the one and only cult classic, Labyrinth.
Picked by Dave.
Yes, and it was made in 1986, and it has the one and only... David Bowie, who was the Goblin King, and he does this amazing thing with, I don't know if it was,
it's like a crystal
really
ball.
him. Remember he did
three
it.
balls? I saw something that he worked hours on to do this. It looks magical of how he, like a crystal ball, and he's moving his hands, and it just flows.
Yeah. So he's wonderful in that, and the voices. And anyways, okay. So why did just give a little plot of?
Oh, okay. So the main character Sarah, played by Jennifer Connelly, she's left home babysitting her baby brother. And he's crying. He won't stop crying. She's getting a little annoyed, but she also didn't want to be home babysitting to begin with. So she'd always heard something that says, if you wish for the Goblin King to take away the baby, he will. So she's in the other room, she's looking in the mirror, and she says, Goblin King, please come, I have a baby for you. I can't remember the exact words. And little did she know, all of a sudden the baby stops crying. Then she goes in, looks, and Toby, her little brother's gone. So then she magically goes to the outside of the labyrinth. So she must travel to the center of the labyrinth where the Goblin King is, and he's holding the baby. That's where she has to go to rescue.
And it's, the labyrinth, of course, is that
huge maze.
Yeah, a maze. It's a Greek word for a huge maze, and it's a trick where you think you're going one way, and I remember she's like, even when you're watching, you're going, didn't she just go that way? And she was just constantly going around in circles.
And so one of the things that pretty much all the characters she ends up meeting within the maze are Muppets. They were done by Jim Henson, who did the Muppet Show and all those Muppets. And all the goblins. Basically, David Bowie, he's the king of the goblins, but he's the only human.
Right.
Other than Sarah, who's the girl looking for the baby, and the baby is, they're all humans, but the rest of the characters are all done with Muppet. Hey, you know what? Instead of Screwball this week, because since it is all about Dave, what do you say we watch some more bloopers, but this time it's the Muppet Show bloopers?
No.
What?
All right, I just messed it up.
All right, let's watch some more bloopers about the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
Swing, guys. Do it.
Remember this guy?
Oh. Swedish chef. You couldn't understand a word he said. He always threw things. Whoops.
Bork.
Chicky in the besky. Ongus verde to cheeky. And go over ye. the best.
Poor bird.
Hey, hey, Chicky. Come back here, Chicky. I'm going to stay here.
He's like a basketball. I don't think it. I think it's supposed to go.
It's kind of hard because it actually, if you look at the hands, it's actually a man underneath. So finally, they did a close-up. They gave up. They said, "Let's just do a close-up."
Yeah, to make. Oh.
Yeah, and now he got stuck. Oh.
Wrong character.
Yeah, I know.
Folks, thank you so much for watching the show. This week's shows were all about Muppets, and my favorite Muppet was Animal. And why? As a kid, he was crazy on those drums. So, Sam, what was yours?
Fozzie Bear. Absolutely loved Fozzie Bear. I think it's because I like to tell jokes as well, and my jokes I don't think were that good either. So maybe that's why I really liked it.
I love them all. I really did. I don't pick favorites. Not like you. Or you. So remember to love your puppets. Okay? So from me to you, we love you. I really mean that.
Thanks for watching Fun Factory. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click on the bell icon for video notifications. If you'd like to support the channel, you can donate with PayPal or become a Patreon patron. Thanks again for watching and have a fun day. Was that okay, Daddy?